आज मिति 28 मार्च 2021 आइतबारका दिन मगरसँग अमेरिकाको 18औं स्थापना दिवसको अवसरमा मगरसँग अमेरिका न्युयोर्क च्याप्टरको व्यवस्थापनमा रक्तदान कार्यक्रम सम्पन्न भएको छ। जसमा 65 युनिट रगत दाताहरूबाट सङ्कलन भएको छ। सामाजिक कार्यहरूमा अग्रणी स्थानमा रहेको मगरसँग अमेरिका न्युयोर्क च्याप्टरले रगतको कमी नहोस् भन्ने ध्येयका साथ न्युयोर्क ब्लड सेन्टरको प्राविधिक सहयोगमा रक्तदान कार्यक्रम आयोजना गरेको हो। कार्यक्रममा प्रमुख अतिथि आदिवासी जनजाति महासङ्घ अमेरिकाका अध्यक्ष लोक सेमजुङले उद्घाटन गरेसँगै सुचारू भएको थियो। मगरसँग अमेरिकाको तर्फबाट रक्तदान जस्तो पुण्य कार्य यो तेस्रो पटक हो र आगामी वर्षदेखि मार्च 28 मा यो कार्यक्रम आयोजना गरिने न्युयोर्क च्याप्टरका अध्यक्ष याम्पुर मगरले बताउनुभयो। रक्तदान कार्यक्रम सफल पार्नको लागि विभिन्न सङ्घ संस्थाहरू जस्तै प्राइम ट्याक्स, टिफिन इन्डियन रेस्टुरेन्ट, न्युयोर्क लाइफ इन्सुरेन्स, गोर्खाली रेस्टुरेन्ट, हिमालयन करी हाउस, रेड पान्डा रेस्टुरेन्ट, करीलिफ रेस्टुरेन्ट लगायतले आर्थिक सहयोग पनि गरेका थिए। त्यस्तै डिस्ट्रिक्ट 25 बाट सिटी काउन्सिलका उम्मेदवार एनडी चेनले जित आफ्नो पक्षमा परे एसियन र नेपाली कम्युनिटीलाई सहयोग गर्ने प्रतिबद्धता पनि राखे। कार्यक्रममा मगरसँग अमेरिका तथा आदिवासी जनजाति महासङ्घका निवर्तमान अध्यक्ष मानबहादुर राणा मगर, सङ्घकै वर्तमान अध्यक्ष लोक सेमजुङ, महासचिव नरेन्द्र थापा मगर लगायतको उपस्थित थियो। त्यस्तै मगरसँग अमेरिकाका अध्यक्ष कुलदीप राणा मगर, महासचिव सुमनपुन मगर, सचिव मन सर्वजा मगरको पनि उपस्थित थियो। त्यस्तै एनआरएनसीसी न्युयोर्क च्याप्टरका अध्यक्ष उम्मेदवार द्वय विष्णु राणा मगर र शोभाकान्त पाण्डे, त्यस्तै युनाइटेड किरात राई एसोसिएसनका अध्यक्ष केशवराम राई र 195 पटक रगत दिइसक्नुभएका अर्जुन प्रसाद मैनालीको पनि उपस्थिति थियो र यो कार्यक्रमको भोलिन्टियर स्कुले भाइ बहिनीहरूले गरेका थिए।
First of all, thank you everyone for having me today. My name is Andy Chen, the current city council candidate for district Amherst and Johnson High. So I live 3 blocks away from here, 79th Street and 45th Avenue. I grew up in this district, so I definitely understand the district and what kind of population that we live in this district. Right, this district is the most diverse district in the whole country. Right, we're speaking 194 language and dialects, and most people that living in this district really the first generation immigrant, like all of us, we standing over here, right? Because in a very diverse district, we really need to focus at the diversify of the culture, the background, the demographic of our district. So by really seeing me as the second generation immigrant over here, seeing all the first generation immigrant, what we have been through, right? Like most of you guys, 99% of you guys are first generation immigrant in this city, in this country. I think that's very important that we need to have a representative who understand our culture. Like coming from a background of the Asian community, that I totally understand what we have been through, the struggle that we have been through, right? Seeing what's going on out there, that attacking all Asian community, that's something we need to come together and work together to stop that. Because a lot of time when we're going out there, they don't know the difference between you guys and me, right? They don't know I'm Chinese American or you guys are Nepali American, right? They know that we having an Asian face, we speaking Asian language, they're attacking us, right? So I think that's very important that we have to come together and raising the Asian representation in every level of the government, because we total our Asian population is 13% in the whole population. But how much voice, how much representation that we have in every level of the government? We don't have any. just like current in City Hall that we have 51 council members in whole New York City, but we only have 2 that currently, that next year, their term limit already. If by next year, this time, if we do not have any Asian council member that elected to City Hall, who going to speak up for us? Who going to stand up for us? I think that's very important thing that we have to understand and elect someone that who willing to put themselves out there to fighting for our community. Right? Like myself, I'm a small business owner myself in Amherst. Right? So at this time, especially since this pandemic, everything changes. Right? I think most of you guys losing the business, right? Losing the job, right? We're still really struggling to for our families. I think that's very important that we have to see a leadership who has a comprehensive plan, right? Comprehensive plan meaning we need to have someone who be able to help us in promoting economic development, right? Promoting our small business, who be able to create more jobs, right? Workforce development. Because think about how many times that we really relying and depending on the government, but the thing is how many times they actually responding to us, right? How many times they come to Asian community first, right? They did not, right? A lot of time we have to realize that whatever we have right now is not given by the government, right? It's not like the mayor or the governor or the president be like, hey, we want to have this first share to the Asian community, right? Never happened to us. Why we fight for it? Why we take everything to the street? We're doing so many protests. We're doing so many rallies, right? That's what we have. What we have today, right? I think we deserve a lot more than what we have. What our sacrifice, our commitment to this city, to this country, right? So couple of things, like I say, couple of things I will fight for the, especially the Nepali community is, like what we stand right here, the community center, right? Yeah, because I understand that, because I'm a Buddhist also, right? Like most of the Asian countries, we coming here, we need to feel like a home, right? We need to feel like a home. We have the freedom and the rights, continue to practice our culture, our religion. Right? Somewhere we can stand together and celebrate our holidays. Right? Celebrate all the cultures that we need to. So first thing, the community center, I will fight for, and I will going to get it when I get elected. Because that's the thing. Like yes, a lot of people are saying about community center, but the thing is, I already have experience getting the community center already. Right? One of the my group member, he already got a community center in Russia. So that's something not new to me. But yes, a lot of community leaders, a lot of candidates say, yes, we are fighting for community center, but the thing is, do they know how to get in the community center? That's another question, right? We need someone who's already get on to work at day one, ready to fighting for people's rights at day one, right? Second thing, what I will do when I get elected as council member for this district is to pass a day called Nepal Day, right? And I don't know if you guys do aware, 2 years ago, October 1st, my group member, we passed the day October 1st in whole New York State called China Day. And first week of October called China Week. So I think that's something that's besides job, besides business, besides anything else. That's the recognition. They recognize certain community. I think that's something beyond the job, beyond everything else. Right? And like I say, I already work on that. But I need everybody to help me. First thing we need to do, drafting a paper that I will bring it to Albany. I will closely work with the assembly member, bring it to Albany to pass the resolution, to pass the Nepal Day. And I already got some confirmation that we possibly can make this happen at the end of this year. So I am already doing the job. right? So that's the thing. I'm not just running a campaign, right? I'm not just running a campaign and say, hey, when I get elected, I'm going to do this. But I'm already in the process doing certain things, showing you guys my commitment that I am willing to put myself and my time in the process, making the progress already, right? And next thing is workforce development. As I understand, most of you guys coming here as a first generation immigrant, right? A lot of you guys don't speak the language, right? We don't have the access to all those city resources. I think that's very important that once we get in our community center, what we're going to do is bring the resource center from the city government to the community center, so everybody has access to those resources, right? Let's say if any small business, any restaurant that we need a service, we can bring the small business service from the city government to the community center. That everybody needs help, they can just directly come to the community center asking for help. That's something that what I call is we need to getting our first share, fair share is. That's what that truly means. There's a lot of time thinking about it. How many times that we calling the city department, city government, that they not responding, right? They're not answering to us, but we just keep waiting. Instead of a lot of time we paying all our taxes, or we volunteer for the community, right? We helping the community. But I think at this time, I think more importantly, we need the city government to work for us. I think that's what truly means, right? I think what truly means is that we elevate people from ground level and up. So that's the thing. Once we get in the community center, I know if you, I think most of you guys don't have many knowledge about community center, because once we get in the community center, there's a lot of programs that city government can funding, right? We can funding a computer classes inside the community center. We can funding a English as a second language to the community center, right? If anybody willing to learn the language, we can learn it from our own community center, right? We can funding a program to learn about Nepali history, the Nepali culture in the community center. We can teach you about our children, or even children from other community, right? Let's say children from Chinese community, children from Latino community. If they willing to learn about the history and the culture about Nepali, they come to this community center. I think that's very important thing that we also can promote the culture, the history, the religions of our Nepali. Right? The more we understanding, the more we know each other, the more that we be able to work together. I think that's the thing, what I mean by empowering the community, empowering the people. We giving all this resource to the people, to the community, who be able to help each other. I think that's a few things I already in the progress, doing it for you guys. So I understand what you guys have been through, just like what I have been through. So we don't want to go backward, right? We want to push the community forward. We want to go forward, right? Like I just shared with so many community members also. We coming here for American dream, right? And American dream not just working at the restaurant, right? American dream not just working as a Uber driver, right? American dream not just about renting an apartment, right? American dream is about we be able on the way to own our own home, right? American dream is about in the process that we to own our own small business. That's what truly American dream about. But the reality and the American dream, there's a gap right there. So the gap, that's what we're going to do. What we're going to come together to build out the gap, to fill out the gap. So we all can pursuing our American dream by working together, right? I think that's very important, just because like what we're doing today is making a progress. But I need all of you guys to supporting me and working together on that way. Just like how we gonna bring out the resolution in New York State in company to pass a day, called day, so we can have all the organization, including FINA and all the organization come together and letting governor to know, hey, why we need to pass a day 24 days, and all the history about all the Nepalese in New York City, in New York State, right? And then a couple of reasons why. So I can bring that paper to Albany and have the assembly member and the New York State senator to sign it, and then we bring it to the office to the governor. Once he sign it, that's a resolution. Once he signed it, that's a resolution. We have an official day in New York State called Nepal Day. I think that's the something that you guys can celebrate. We're making a history. We really making a history. What we're standing today, what we're talking about, I think what we're going to do, that's really the history. I think that's something I would be so proud of to be part of it. I would be so proud to doing that for all of you guys, to all of us, right? But you know, by doing so, I think that's really important that I need all of you guys to support me in this journey, right, all the way until June 22nd. And after June 22nd, like I say, I definitely Dependra already in my team already, right? We have another person in my team already. That's the commitment that I show that I hiring people from you guys community also. And when I get elected, right, I will put people beside Dependra also in my administration level. I think that's something I show my commitment by action. I show my commitment by I am doing it. Right? Because I don't have to wait till when I get elected. I think that's something we